my friends from all over the world. This is Phoenix Funnels from the Tester site. Many blessings to all. And today I have something special for ya, the biography of Jose Castillo, the artist. He was born on November the 2nd of 1955 in Santo Domingo, the capital of the Dominican Republic. He grew up in a popular neighborhood in the eastern part of the city called Los Mina, a neighborhood steeped in history since in 1676, the east bank of the Rio Ozama was assigned to Cimarrones, Maroons, slaves who fled their condition to live free. They established themselves as an autonomous community, and Los Mina became the first village of Maroons to regain their freedom. Jose Castillo began to draw as a teenager. In 1976, he entered the Fine Arts School of Santo Domingo. Very politically engaged and persecuted by the Balaguer regime, he had to leave the country. In December 1978, he arrived in Paris. He will continue his studies at the École Nationale Supérieure des Beaux-Arts in Paris from 1981 to 1985, in painting in the studio of Jacques Lagrange and in mosaic in the studio of Ricardo Licata. The early 80s were marked by figurative and geometric compositions, inspired by street scenes or landscapes of the Dominican Republic, where his solid talent as a colorist was revealed. From 1985, his painting evolved towards a freer design and a composition often divided into two parts. The lower part, like an underground foundation, evokes a basement. The paintings are covered with a curtain of hatchings that suggest phantasmagorical figures. At the end of the 80s and the beginning of the 90s, the hatching that invaded the canvas disappeared and the style of Jose Castillo, rooted in the depths of his multiple Caribbean origins, asserted itself. He then turned to a popular expression close to neo-primitivism, featuring all the intertwining of magic, myths, cultural and religious syncretism in daily life, in particular that of blacks and mestizos, bearers of a history that cannot be forgotten. His universe now unfolds on different supports: oil on canvas, pastels, collages in mixed technique, engravings and also totems, assemblies and installations. Jose Castillo participates in the Parisian fairs, Salon des Artistes Français, Salon de Mai, Salon de la Jeune Peinture, MAC 2000 and, at the request of André Le Glaton, joins the Biennale 109 group for a few years. His works are exhibited in France, Switzerland, Holland, China and on the American and Latin American continent. Jose Castillo readily made himself available and opened the door of his studio to colleagues, young painters, as well as anyone wishing to confront the practice of painting. He missed no opportunity to make everyone seize their own creativity. He enjoyed working with children and adolescents. Invited to Rodriguez as part of the University of the Mascarenes, he brings together a group of students and college students and, based on their ideas and their drawings, creates with them a mural fresco on a wall erected for this event. In the 2000s, Jose Castillo appropriated a new material, potatoes, a symbol of Latin America. He made them sprout, painted them, then photographed them and followed them in their slow evolution. He organizes this series into a gallery of photographs which he titles Las Papas. From 2005, Jose Castillo devoted part of his work to photography and video. He captures photos of popular demonstrations in Paris, sublimating them with pictorial photography techniques which gives them a sacred character. During the same period, he designed and organized a series of photographs of ephemeral installations and videos in which he deploys all his imagination. Jose Castillo will continue and develop these works until illness comes to violently interrupt them. The imagination that pervades Jose Castillo's work is also his secret poetry. He did not seek to illustrate popular legends, nor particular voodoo myths. He is not a naive Caribbean painter. Simply, with its palette of Caribbean colors, it shows the world that inhabits it. From these outbreaks of colors and patterns, emerges a tragic and joyful poetry at the same time which opens to an energy specific to life. Elsa Oppenheim Marie Annex Seneschal Castillo. Castillo's interest is particularly in symbolic expression in a modern aesthetic, reflecting the history and evolution of civilizations through its cultural, religious and spiritual values. It is part of a universal approach. This painting is deeply contemporary. It engages all genres, brings together all materials, celebrates all rights and allows all dreams. Delia Blanco, artistic anthropologist, founder Art Nouveau Paris Caribbean. Castillo comes to us from the Americas and his painting brings us scenes from an unknown world too quickly destroyed. These are, among other things, stagings, reminiscences of a time when the Indians were still there to bear witness to a vision of life and death, sex and suffering, games and art. Religion and rituals. His painting is therefore a metaphorical narration. He silently works on memory and a heritage that speaks to us, a language that has been silent for so long, but that is so universal. It is in any case a language of colors, of movements, of an action on the world, full of a lesson that leaves us dreaming and alive. This was from the main page of Jose Castillo webpage and from Rosa Guimaraes, literary critic. That was all from my part. Thank you for your time. Rest in peace, Mr. Castillo.
What impressed me in the work of Jose Castillo and what makes original is the alliance between the extraction of Spanish survivals, very present in Santo Domingo, and that of African reminiscence, a distant origin that the artist finds perfects a little confusedly, but in a very authentic way. There is a real harmony between the two, a harmony in a very strong dynamic, which can be read simultaneously in the organization of the canvas and in the treatment of the color. Everything is movement, cathartic violence, and vitality that can evoke that of Caribbean dances. That's from Gaston DL Art Critic, founder of the Salon of May. My name is Frank Castle, 809, and he was my uncle. That's why I'm doing this video for everyone to know about his life. I hope that he's in a better place right now, and I will continue to promote, and his art will be there all the time for people that love arts, abstract arts. So God bless you, everyone that is watch this video. Thank you. Please subscribe to my channel so you can support us. My channel is in YouTube, Homenaje a Grandes Artistas del Ayer. Thank you for your time. Muchas gracias por su tiempo. Once again, muchas bendiciones. Have a great rest of your day. This was the test side. Bye bye. Bye bye.